Okay.
I'm Principal Stacy Almaris, and on behalf of the Rothsay Public Schools, I'd like to welcome friends, family, and alumni to the Bill Rose Gymnasium dedication. I've gotten to know Bill for the past couple years, and he continues to grace us with his presence almost every day still at school. That's right. You can feel the energy here today, and it just gives you a look at the renewed energy that our school and community have had with the new facility. There are no words, but as you hear from the next folks and you take a look around you, you can definitely feel it. So I'd like to introduce Susan Ward. I told her the young lady, but a longtime teacher here at Rothsay, and she will be introducing our next speakers.
Congratulations to all of you too for this beautiful school. It's a wonderful accomplishment. I'm really honored to be part of this celebration tonight. I spent most of my teaching career right here at Rothsay. My 4 children went to school here from kindergarten through graduation. My husband coached here, and even now I get a little bit of association with Rothsay students through the academic programs that I coordinate for the region. So I enjoy that. I am always proud to say I taught at Rothsay School. And now, we're here for a really special reason to dedicate this wonderful gym to Bill Rose. Former teacher, coach, and athletic director who served the district for 27 years, from 1966 to 1993. It's thrilling to see so many former students and colleagues and friends and fans here to help celebrate. Joining me for this very special occasion are 2 former athletes who played at Rothsay High School under Coach Rose, and also a former teacher who Bill coached and taught with for years. So our first guest probably doesn't have to be introduced, but we're all proud of the fact that Dave Goltz was a student here at Rothsay School. He participated in every single athletic opportunity that was available, and he played professional baseball for the Minnesota Twins, the Dodgers, and the Angels. Dave had a second career in the insurance business and lives in Fergus Falls with his wife Sherry, and Dave is going to share some things.
Thank you. Looking around at this gymnasium makes me wish I were maybe a few years younger. I get to give a little rundown on Bill's past history and how he came to be a coach here at Rothsay. William, Eugene, Rose. We got him as a teacher, coach, athletic director, all-around nice guy. Born in November 12, 1933, grew up in Wilmington, North Dakota, where he too was a very good athlete. Let's see, he graduated from Allendale Teachers College, and then married in 1956, am I right? Which will make it 60 years this summer. He coached in Rugby, North Dakota, Courtney, North Dakota, and Scranquist, Minnesota, before coming here to Rothsay. In 1966, that was my senior year, Bill's first year here. He coached basketball, baseball, golf, track, just about anything he could. He assisted in volleyball. Let's see, he has over 300 wins to his credit in the basketball. He retired in 1993. He also coached American Legion baseball. He taught driver's ed, and he told me he only got to see the lilac bushes twice on the east end of town. In 1998, he was inducted into the Minnesota High School State Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. He and his wife Darlene raised 5 children here. Tad, Tim, Tammy, Terry, Tony, and I think they all made it back.
Yeah.
You guys stand up so we know. All right. He remained active in the community for many years. He was also active with the district in track and field, and they asked me to come up with a funny story, and I kept thinking back, and I thought, well, you know what? All the stories that I remember, yeah, probably left best in the locker room. I want to congratulate Bill, quite an honor. In a beautiful room, gymnasium, and I had the honor of being one of his athletes. Thank you.
It's also my pleasure to introduce now one of my friends and a former colleague at Rothsay High School, Royce Patton, who started here in 1971 and had an incredibly successful career of coaching and teaching, especially the volleyball program, which she built up and ended up with her teams winning 15 conference titles and 4 district titles. Royce is retired now, but she's like all of us. It's hard to get away from the caring we have for the school, so she's still here a lot helping with substitution. Royce.
Yeah, Miss Patton!
Thank you. I've had the privilege and honor to coach and teach with Bill Rose for 45 years. That's a big number. I'm surprised that he's still with us after being my assistant coach in volleyball. I don't know how many times I hit him on every hit and sometimes some errors. Just you're okay. On behalf of all the past and present coaches, Rothsay coaches, we would like to congratulate Bill on this memorable day. Bill has been a positive mentor to all of us. He is known for his fairness and respect for all of his players and coaches. His genuine caring of athletes during and after their high school careers is matched by none. My greatest memories of Bill were each morning following the games, even after he wasn't coaching, outside of his social studies room. He always had a positive comment, no matter whether we won or lost. And that is a sight that I will never forget. And that's what I call a coach. Bill always said, it's better to be lucky than good when he was coaching. Because you can't mess up luck. Well, we're all very proud and very lucky to be able to call Bill Rose our friend.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. And I don't even know the man.
Thanks, Royce. Undoubtedly one of the best athletes that Rothsay High School had, and there were a lot of very good athletes, but is our next guest, and that is Kevin Carlsrud. Kevin was an all-stater in both football and basketball, and he quarterbacked the 1972 football team to a Minnesota State Championship. Kevin also played on what is probably one of the best basketball teams at Rothsay School under Coach Rose, and then went on to play some college ball at Morehead State. Kevin is a pharmaceutical and medical device salesperson and lives in Morehead with his wife, Connie. Kevin.
I'm honored to be part of this dedication to the Rose. You know, John Wooden, probably the most successful coach, revered coach of the basketball generation, had stated that a coach, in theory, is a teacher. And Bill Rose fits that. Bill Rose was an excellent teacher and a coach. He touched the lives of hundreds of people during his 27 years as a coach. Now, on the court, Bill's philosophy was relatively simple, but very effective. If you learn the fundamentals of basketball, and you executed those fundamentals, you played defense, you ran your offense, you concentrated on the details, no matter how small they were, the victories will come. And boy, did they come. As Dave mentioned, Bill had 342 victories. That's fantastic. His teams had 6 Little League conference titles. And which, for a small community like Rothsay, was phenomenal to maintain that success. It all goes to where it starts as a coach. And to top it off, his peers recognized Bill, and he was inducted into the Minnesota State High School Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. You know, Bill had some great teams, and it had to start with Dave's team, the 1967 team, which in essence I still think is the greatest team Rothsay had. But one of the things that eluded Rothsay was they never accomplished getting the title in the District 23. We came close in 1972 when the 2 smallest schools in the district were playing for the championship, Rothsay and Ogden. Unfortunately, Ogden won by 1 point. Now there was some controversy at the end of the game, but the results were that Rothsay lost. It was very difficult, hard to get over. But Bill was really instrumental in helping us get over that. You know, he stated that, you know, in life, there are going to be a lot of disappointments. And it's how you learn from them and how you address them that make the difference in how to make you a better person. And to this day, I still think of that. You know, the fans, the Rothsay fans were always the greatest. It always seemed like for every game, the whole town came out to support the team. And I think the greatest fan was Dar Rose.
Yeah!
As a player, it was very comforting to hear her giving support and encouragement through her yells above everybody else. But also, it was always kind of interesting how she was able to instruct the referees on how they could do their job. Connie and I cherish our friendship with Bill and Dar, as countless other former our students athletes. And we'll cherish that forever. You know, Bill Rose, he's a great coach, a wonderful person, and above all, a great friend. Thank you, Bill.
I had the privilege of being a colleague of Bill's here at ROTC, and more importantly, a friend of Bill and Doug's. And I'll tell you what it's like coming to this little school as a young new teacher. Bill is the welcomer. Right away, he made me feel part of the school and part of the students, and it didn't take me long to realize that the thing about Bill is that he truly cared about all his students. I also appreciated his quick wit. All of us, I'm sure all of you have heard a few times, if you're not Dutch, you're not much.
Yeah.
And he was a big motivator. He knew how to get the most out of his athletes. Bill always gave selflessly, as a counselor, a teacher, a mentor, a colleague, a teacher, and a coach. He's the man who gave 35 years of service and a lifetime of dedication. At this time, Bill, if you would step forward, I'd like to read the plaque to you. I know you can read yourself, but it's my Bill Rose, ROTC High School, teacher, coach, athletic director, 1966 to 1993. Thank you for your dedication to our students and community, your determination to nurture skills and talents of our athletes, and your ability to lead young people with passion, humor, and integrity. Bill Rose Gymnasium, dedicated January 16, 2016.
First, I want to thank Craig and Tim for doing this, and then I got to thank all the students that were actually while I was here, because without them, I certainly couldn't have done what they had. My wife, the children, the kids, got to thank them for putting up with me. One thing we never discussed really, and when we got home, was a game. But I got my start from my mom and dad. My dad had passed away, but Dad always had a quotation that you can always work, but you can't always play. And we followed that pretty well. We were supposed to play an American Legion tournament, and I told him we better keep on combining. He said, no, you go to the tournament, we'll get done. And he gave me another piece of advice when I was a youngster, in that on the way home from a ball game, he said, you know, you can coach, you can play, and you can referee. I would suggest that you stick to playing. We had famous Pep Fest the first year I was here with Hubert, who was the superintendent, and when he would get started, the spit would fly out and stuff. And one game, he took a waste paper basket out of there, and he put his foot down and says, we're going to kick him tonight. And he kicked right through the waste paper basket. And and he's around trying to get his foot out. But he was a wonderful man. I got to thank the faculty. They were especially helpful with everything with me. Just a beautiful faculty. The faculty that we got now is almost as good as we had then. But it's very, very easy to coach basketball because you get so much free help. I want to thank all of you. You supported us all the time. All the time. I'll never forget when we'd come out of the dressing room down there, the whole crowd would be on their feet and the cheerleaders would be leading. The crowd just kind of took your heart away. And I'll never forget Marlis Carlswood was the leading one. She would be out there and up in the air and going and getting the crowd going, and kids come out of that with the experience, that they wanted to win. And I was very happy to have all the players that I coached. I was so happy I bought Dave's house. I thought, once he made the all-star team and then he'd go into the Hall of Fame and I could charge money for him to come through the house. Tremendous, tremendous people. And when we moved here, who moved in behind us? About a family of 5 kids, Carlsons. And all of them were very good. Kevin, you led our team for many years. And I don't know what else to say. I want to thank my wife and my parents and all of you because you're the ones that helped form this. Thank you.
I have one more quick letter that I was given and asked to read to you, more specifically to Bill.